It has been a hell of a year to say the least, and I'm making this video of 7 different things that I learned in year 27 of my life, and it has been such a crazy year, all the highs and all the different lows that I've experienced, all different challenges. If you can relate to that, I hope this video helps you. I made this video for anybody in their later 20s or anybody in their 20s in general. I feel like it's such a learning experience in the 20s and really just trying to figure out yourself and your surroundings and all those different things combined. So let's get into it. First lesson I would say is hating your life every day is completely not normal. And I was working in a job that I completely hated. I didn't like anything that I was doing. The environment was just not the best for me. There were some great people I worked with, don't get me wrong, but work that I was doing was not fulfilling to me, and every day I just felt like I was really going through the motions, and I just kept this going for 3 years. Even if the check clears for these jobs, you're gonna hit a point where you hit a burnout, and that definitely happened to me. I decided to leave the role eventually at that point in time, and this was really the next step of my journey, what I like to say. So being in an environment that's just not right for you and doing that every single day of your life is not going to be something that, is going to keep you going every day. And that happened to me where I got that burnout, and that's my first lesson. Lesson number 2, freedom is not free. Let me dive deeper into that. So there was a point in time where I was out of work. It was a very, very stressful situation where I look back, I was like, damn, I should not have quit my job. It was really stupid looking back on it. And the financial burden of that was very difficult. And I would say do not quit your job in this economy. Do not do it. It's a very tough market out there. And just based on everything going on in the world right now, do not quit your job unless you have something lined up. And I definitely learned that lesson the hard way. Due to all the financial stress that I experienced. I always make it through, I always make something happen, but at that time, based on all the things I had going on and all the bills I had to pay and everything like that too, I'll never forget the anxiety that I really experienced, and it's not something I wish upon anyone trying to go through that and having to figure things out when the income that you used to receive is not coming in. So I would say freedom is not free. That's for sure. Lesson number 3, not every investment is a smart move. This year I really was trying a lot of different things, investing in myself in a lot of different ways. And I will say not every investment is a smart move, and to really look into what you're getting yourself into. As this year I really dabbled in a lot of different things, and I did learn a lot from these experiences. I learned a lot about different people and the way that different businesses are ran. And I will say to really be smart about who you're investing and what you're investing into, especially if it's made something from passion. Really be careful when you're getting your feelings involved. Do not get your feelings involved when it comes to investing your money. Despite the financial side of it, I learned so much, not only about myself through those experiences, but not every investment is a good investment. Make sure you know what you're investing in. Lesson number 4. People may laugh at you before they ever listen to you. This is coming from my social media side of the music that I'm really trying to do, and trying to be a content creator and really stepping in different boundaries that I'm not necessarily comfortable with a lot of times, really putting myself out there. And it takes a lot for you to put yourself out there, for sure. Anybody that creates content, even me just making this video, I'm not much of a talker in any aspect. If you really know me, I'm really, I would say pretty introverted guy. Of course, when I like to have fun drinking or whatever, that different side comes out of me, but people may laugh before they ever listen to anything. And I definitely learned that in social media this year, and kind of putting myself out there, and especially my first single that I put out, Midwest Cowboy. I got a lot of different hate from that. I know I'm not the most country guy in the world, but I am from Iowa, and I like to represent where I come from and all the things that I love. I wanted to make something that kind of felt like me and where I come from. Not everybody's gonna really understand what you're doing, and you may get shit for it. That's that's the way it goes. Putting yourself out there, you're always gonna have someone that's gonna say something, and someone's always gonna talk about you. Friends, family too, whatever. So even the small wins that come with what I'm doing and seeing the growth, I just like to see that growth, and I just keep it pushing no matter what, because I know where I want to be. And besides what anybody may say, people are gonna talk shit about you, people are gonna do whatever it may be, but I just do what I love at the end of the day. And if anybody has a problem with that, that's totally fine with me, because I know myself, and social media is not real life. So it's all a game. It's all fake. So I don't really care about whatever it may be anymore. I used to be really self-conscious about putting myself out there, but I think I've gotten to a point where, it is what it is. Anybody can say whatever they want about that. That's totally fine with me. Lesson number 5, not everyone's gonna like you, not everybody's gonna love you. I feel like the older I get, the more I realize that that's okay. Not everybody's gonna love you, not everybody's gonna like you, but at the end of the day, I have a really solid group of close friends and family that they know me for me. People just aren't gonna like you, they're not gonna love you, whatever it may be, and I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, I know myself, and I know what I bring to the table, and I know that there's a lot of people that do love me for me. So I don't need to try and be somebody else or try to explain myself to people. It's whatever. I don't have time to be around people that don't want to reciprocate energy. So lesson number 6, escape feels good, but healing feels better. I remember when, after my job, was just really stupid of me. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go travel, do all this, without figuring out any of my stuff going on. I was just kind of ignoring it. I was like, all right, let me book a trip to Europe, visit my boy out there. And it was not a good time for me to travel, especially the mental place that I was in. I definitely felt those repercussions while I was on those trips. There was times on those trips where I was like, damn, what am I doing? I'm trying to figure out my life right now. I'm just out here like partying, and looking back on it, was it not a good decision? Definitely was not the best decision for me to be traveling and spending money, especially too. It was not a good idea, but I really wanted to let loose, and it did help me really like reshape my brain and, realize that this life is short, and those experiences are something you really can't take back. Like, I'm not the type of person to really spend money on things. I'm more a type of person to spend money on experiences. I'm all for experiences, because this life is short. And definitely after those time periods, I really came back, and I really dove deep into just finding myself and getting closer to God. And I really dove deep into what's next for me, and really where do I want to take things. And I probably should not have been doing that, but I don't regret it. And lesson number 7, this is probably my favorite one, I would say, basing on all the things that I kind of went through this last year. And lesson number 7 is, destiny doesn't care where you're at, what you have going on in your life, whatever it may be. You just gotta keep it pushing every single day, in and out. It doesn't matter what you have going on, you still gotta get up every day and make those moves and really make those transitions. And whatever you have going on in this life, you gotta keep it pushing. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of days where, especially this last year, where I felt the lowest of lows, and I still consistently got myself up and try to really keep this pushing, because I know what I want, and I know my goals and aspirations and things that I want in this life. And all these things are possible with a belief in God and trusting in God's plan, whatever that may be. I don't know what God's plan is, but I always trust in that. Keep doing the things that I have to do on a daily basis, and really just believing in myself, believing in God, believing in that next plan. And destiny doesn't care about the things you have going on. God's gonna try and test you, or that voice in the back of your head that's telling you, you got this, keep it going. Like, that's the voice that we need more in our head, outside of the noise that's the bad noise. I feel like we get that a lot in our head, where it's, oh, you can't do this, people are gonna judge you, or whatever it may be. And we just gotta keep it pushing every single day. Strive towards whatever it may be. Get up and get after it every single day. So that sums up 7 different things that I learned this last year, and 7 things that I hope you can learn from and implement into your life. I really hope you like this video, and I'm gonna try and do more long form content on my YouTube. So I hope you like this, subscribe for more, and let's keep it pushing. Let's go. God bless.